A couple of woke pizza shops in Seattle reportedly taking the vaccine mandate fight to another level tonight, asking unvaccinated would-be customers not simply to eat elsewhere, but they say just go eat. Round with KTTH Seattle. Welcome back, Jason.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I want to set a couple of these things up. Most of this based off of your reporting, and then you can tell us. Windy City Pie, the webpage says indoor dining finally back. If you are voluntarily not vaccinated, please eat nowhere. Now, their sister restaurant on their webpage, Breezy Town Pizza, says that they require proof of vaccination in order to come into the establishment, and that includes to-go orders. So if you're not vaccinated, you can't even order and go pick up. Jason, what's going on?
Yeah. It's so ridiculous. Obviously, there is literally no threat for you to walk in for 14 seconds with a mask on to go ahead and pick up your pizza and then leave. But on top of that, even outdoor dining, they say you have to be vaccinated. Now, we have in King County, where these two restaurants are located, we do have a vaccine passport system in place, although it's not nearly as stringent as these two businesses have decided to go. And ultimately, what they're doing here is they're trying to shame people who don't make the medical decisions that the owner might make. And, you know, generally speaking, we've seen this message of basically trying to bully people into getting the vaccine if they don't want to, or to make life as miserable and difficult as possible, thinking that you're going to convince them to suddenly give in. And it's just it is a shady way to do things. That's not how we should be treating people. It's just wrong.
Yeah, it does, but it tells people, and some people may be super excited and aligned with that and say, good, I want everybody vaccinated, I'm going to shop there. But for other people, there's other pizza in town, and if you don't agree, you can take your business elsewhere. The free market always works that way. So at least you know exactly where these folks stand, whether you line up with them or you don't. Okay, so you also flagged out in Seattle this event that was going on. This is the Seattle Parks and Recreation. This is their Facebook post. It says, connect with the water and the landscape of Discovery Park through an interactive beach walk. We invite you to explore what you can learn about yourself and community as you strengthen your sense of place and appreciate nature in a way that is culturally responsive to your experiences as Black, Indigenous, and people of color. This event is open to anyone who identifies as BIPOC, all ages, and it gives a registration. But you say that means not everybody is welcome at this government agency event.
Well, very clearly, when you say it's open to anyone who identifies as BIPOC, the implication is that some of the other events presumably were not. No, of course, anyone could go to any of these events. What they're saying is, hey, white people, this isn't really for you. Now, this is a governmental agency, a department that is doing this, and it's very clearly against the law. What's a shame about this is Discovery Park, where this was taking place, it's one of the few parks that hasn't been completely overtaken by the homeless. Yeah. So it would be a great location to actually enjoy nature. But after the event, the department basically sent me a statement saying that, okay, we could have worded things a little bit differently, but they said the impetus was, and this is a direct quote, community has made us welcome or able to enjoy nature or public spaces, which is ridiculous. There's this movement that basically claims outdoor spaces are centered around white people because I guess white people hike more than Black people, but which I don't even know is true. This seems kind of ridiculous to me, but it's not a white space. Anyone can enjoy nature, and if you're uncomfortable seeing one racial group outside more than others, nature isn't the thing that's racist. You are the racist.
Okay, I want to get you a real quick comment on this. In New York, the spike in weapons at schools being seized, according to NYPD data, nearly 800 weapons seizures in New York City schools, a 28% increase since last year from July through October 24th. Quickly, what's going on there?
Quickly, look, the focus is always about taking guns off the streets, but when it comes to the people who actually hold those guns, we've seen politicians pushing to keep them out of jail. And so merely taking away their weapons doesn't actually mean they're going to give it up, and they're still going to bring it to school. And then quickly, number two, we should have a bigger conversation about the families that some of these kids are coming from. Because when you have broken families, when you have families who don't necessarily care about the kids, it makes it easier for them to go down this pathway where they might be more willing to get in trouble and bring guns to school or knives to school or weapons in general. And that's a big part of the conversation that apparently we're not supposed to have anymore. Yeah, we're supposed to just say restorative justice, but nothing about the family.
Yeah, we've seen what happens when there are problems at home and a troubled child takes a gun in. It is catastrophic. Jason, thank you very much. Always great to see you.
Thanks, Shannon.